Hey y'all, T-Ham141, and today we are going to go over the tragedy that is my garden this year and why we do back to Eden gardening. Hang tight. Hey, as a lot of you know, the late summer got away from me between mom going in and out of the hospital and Wendy with her chemo and me being fat lazy guy. I missed my harvest and I neglected my garden. There's a video on that, but I want to show you guys what I've got and why we do the Back to Eden garden. Okay, so first of all, let me just pan around here. This is my garden in a 360, okay? There's the apple tree. Look at that. All those weeds. There are beans in there somewhere. I got 2 rows of kale there that got demolished. Right there is my Swiss chard. I just harvested that and sent it down to mom. I still got some tomato plants that are doing, you know, there's a tomato down there. These are my onions. My onions did very, very little this year. They really did very little. Potatoes, the plants are gone. I went to pick the plants and the plants are gone. That's no joke. My cucumbers that I planted, let's see if I can show you my cucumbers that I planted. These are my cucumbers. They're round balls and they're way overripe, which is good for seeds. There's a decent one down there. Look at all this ragweed. There's a decent one down there, but that's even overripe. This is my asparagus. This is my asparagus, the first plant that we planted. I have got some weeding to do, but this is an asparagus bed all through here. You see a little asparagus. These are the chives. They went to seed. This was, this used to be all plants in here. That is our mustard. Our mustard is just starting to come up. Yeah, not so much. And I'll show you this why afterwards. My corn, if it's not all eaten by bugs. Oh, that looks good. I think I might go ahead and harvest my corn. I got some ears on there. My tomatoes, I've still got tomatoes coming. As you can see, they're splitting because of so much water. My strawberries, this is all strawberry plants, y'all, that are streaming from here. I am going to have to cut all around the box. And my beans, you might be able to see some of them in there. Yeah, and that's some of what we got. But guys, what I want to show you is this is what I have here. I'm going to come down here just at a random spot. Okay. And I'm going to dig. Look at that. Look how black that is. That's awesome. But this is the wood chips. This is thick wood chips. Thick wood chips. But they are decomposing. You know what? Maybe if I do this right, you'll be able to see it better. Okay. That is clay. Okay, hard packed clay. You can pinch it, it's greasy, sticks to your finger. On top of that clay, there is 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch of topsoil that has been formed. And these wood chips are being broke down, but it's not enough. It is not enough. But this is my workforce in my garden right here. Mushrooms. All right, these mushrooms are the workforce in my garden. What they do is the mycelium which is like the roots of the mushrooms, flow throughout all of the wood chips, and they break it down. Okay, there's two different kinds of composting. One uses bacteria and the other uses fungi. Fungi breaks down all these wood chips. Now, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up weeding everything except what we want to keep, which would be the asparagus and the chives and the oregano. Parsley is what that is over there that I couldn't think of. And what I want to keep of the strawberries, I will let the second row of kale go because that will go to seed next year. I got a bunch of seed this year from the first row of kale that I will be replanting. But what I'm going to do is I have a pile. Well, let me show you. I want to show you real quick. My phone app says it's elderberry, okay? And it's got a woody stem. So I'm hoping it's elderberry and not water hemlock. Water hemlock is very dangerous. Elderberry is good. This is actually my manure pile, okay? And now I'm gonna dig in here. There are worms in here and everything. But see that? It's moist, but it's loamy. And here come the chickens. This is 6-year-old horse manure. And that I am going to take and I'm going to integrate it heavily in my rows. Not necessarily all over the garden, but in the rows, I'm going to take and I'm going to put a thick layer over where I'm going to be planting next year. And then I am going to hand till it in so I don't kill the worms and the good living stuff that's in there. I'm trying no till. I'm going to gently till it in by hand, and hopefully that will build up a desired amount of good earth to plant the garden in. This is my compost bin, and that is all. There's some dirt, there's a lot of lawn clippings, there is some wood chips. I did a layer of wood chips, and I've got to build that up when I mow the lawn again with all the leaves and all that stuff. That'll all be going in here to sit for the winter, and hopefully it'll come out good for the garden. Eventually I want a barn bigger than this chicken coop and better, because this is a temporary chicken coop, and that will allow me to consolidate all the chicken poop and make nice dirt. I can throw them grass and berries and all sorts of stuff, feed them hopefully from my garden if I can get my garden going. I am really beside myself that I let the garden go like this year. It's a mixture of reasons. It's not just any one reason. But next year I'm hoping for better. Stay with me because this is going to be a wild ride. Look at this. Look at that. Turn that. Come over here and turn the compost too. Yeah, you can get up there in that compost. Chickens will turn your compost. They are a compost maker. And see, that's what I can do is I can take and throw a bunch of vegetables and stuff in the chicken run area that I will have, and they will peck it and scratch it and eat it and poop it, and they will turn it into a usable garden material. We are not quite at peak season yet with leaves, but look at this view. But look at that. Look at that color. Other than my mess, that's pretty beautiful, I think. That is gorgeous. Oh, there's mama and baby. Anyway, y'all, there's an update on why I didn't have a harvest video. We did get tomatoes, we've got beans for seed. I let them go way too long, so we didn't end up with green beans to can. I didn't end up with anything from our garden to can this year. Thank God for the farmer's market. See, if you don't have a green thumb, make one. But what I don't tell you in that slogan is sometimes it takes some trial and error. Trevor told me to call him about gardening when I get a garden as good as my father's was. My stepfather was a gardener, man. He had some serious green thumbs. But yeah, so guys, that is why you didn't get a harvest video from me, and that is what I'm looking at. I am not giving up on the Back to Eden method. I am going to end up having a nice garden one year. I pledge it to you, I pledge it to me, I pledge it to my Wendy Sue inside. If you got any value, whether it's entertainment or instructional, out of this video at all, go ahead and click the like button and the subscribe button and that little bell notification so that you get notified every time I come out with another video. Here's the deal, it's all free. Okay, it's like all my merch. Shopping from my merch shop, using my links to get to Amazon does not add anything to your cost, but it helps me out, and you could feed a chicken, a rooster, or a babe chick, and maybe a gardening class for the dumb fat owner. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day, and God bless.